What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Juice, man.
Yep. We're here.
We are back.
We didn't do anything last week. We didn't post anything.
No.
We did a lot.
Well,
we just didn't post anything.
Yeah, we were really busy. We were at the biggest event in bass fishing, the Super Bowl, the World Series, what is soccer? The Cup?
The World Cup.
The World Cup, the Bassmaster Classic.
The Stanley Cup. Hockey fans. Actually, matter of fact, the guy we're going to have on today, I'm pretty sure he's a hockey fan.
That would make sense.
I bet he played. I mean, anyway. Yeah, we, like Wyatt said, we were at the Bassmaster Classic. We were prepping for that. We weren't sure. It was kind of a last-minute thing. We wanted to go. We knew we needed to be there. We got media passes.
We were media,
bass.
bro.
We were media. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't like...
not the Bassmaster Classic. I didn't like being media.
Yeah, media was weird because we're just not... I guess we are because we run a podcast, but, we're not really media guys. I don't think we took it near as serious as anyone else just listening to some of the interviews out there, which is fine, but we just took a different approach. We just had some fun with the guys. And I guess for those people that don't know, at the Classic, the day before the tournament, they have a media day, and they park all their boats out in the parking lot, and you get a chance to go talk to all the anglers and see what they're feeling and all that good jazz. Most of the videos you see are, what's your first cast going to be at the Bassmaster Classic? What's it going to take to win? What would it mean to win this for you? We were more like, well, you'll see. You'll see. We were just having fun with them. So
yeah, I'm going to apologize in advance for the audio.
Oh, God,
This is why it's taking so long, is we have to make some audio adjustments. So
yep.
I bought these like brand new microphones. I thought it was going to be all high tech. And
they are. Like
they're really good.
Like one of the nicest ones that exists.
Yeah. There's some DJI mics. They clip on. They're like super small, low profile. They sound great when you plug them into the correct part of the camera. So I had them backwards, and I had the headphones plugged into the receiver so I could hear the microphones great. And my headphones like, oh, yeah, audio's
loud.
Good. We're good. But what I didn't realize, it was recording off the camera mic. Yeah. You can hear it, but we're gonna have to blow it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some
amplification.
And it sucks because it was like a couple of the interviews are really funny. Like,
no, we'll get it. It'll be there. The audio's not gonna be great. Like you said, we're not.
I think I ate a quail egg.
We're learning what we are. We don't really know. You did eat a quail egg. I ate one.
Yeah, it actually wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I thought it was gonna be disgusting. Honestly, I thought I might puke.
Yeah,
but it wasn't bad at all. No, there were some funny interviews. Cool. We got Livesey.
Yep.
Tyler Williams.
Kiyoya
Fujita. He was cool. Milliken. Cody Huff. Greg Hackney.
Yep.
That's really all we had time to squeeze in.
Well, it sucks because we put Justin Hamner down on our list.
We both picked Justin Hamner.
Yes. We didn't pick him to win the Classic necessarily, but
I put him on my fantasy team. Did you have him on your fantasy team?
I got to go back and look. My fantasy team did really good because Kiyoya ended up coming back and got me a lot of points.
Define really good. I don't think he did that great.
Yeah, he had strong foundation.
No, but I mean, your team didn't do that good.
I don't think they did terrible.
We haven't been talking about our fantasy. We started this whole fantasy thing.
Christy came back too a little bit.
Christy made the final day. He finished 17th.
So he kind of, it's relative, yeah, because there's only 50-something anglers.
Yeah. But no, I think we both picked Hamner. We wanted to interview Hamner, and to be honest, I mean, the dude's catching him. He's been on fire all year. I figured he'd be popular with the media guys, but I didn't realize he'd be that popular yet because he was slammed. He was covered.
See,
media.
that's
what are you ranked overall?
Oh, like 2,860.
Yeah, but your tournament, it don't matter.
I don't know how to find my tournament.
He doesn't know how to do fantasy.
Oh, here we go.
He just calls me every time. He's like, "Hey man, who'd you pick?"
Classic. Here we go.
While we're on fantasy, let's at least see who's leading our group that we decided to create. Bassmaster. We should have this pulled up before we started recording.
So the worst pick I had was Kenta Kimura.
Yeah,
he finished 40th.
I'm in 93rd point.
I picked Justin Hamner, so I got number 1, I got number 7, I got number 11, and I got number 17. So it was I got Kyle Patrick.
Yeah, you did good.
7th, Hamner got first. Koya 11th.
C. Melvin is leading the Juice Podcast group, by the way. Where do you rank that in the group?
That's Curtis Melvin.
Curtis Melvin.
Dang, what is he overall?
I don't know.
Click on his name. See.
He's ranked 12th in the world.
Holy
fantasy.
See Melvin killing it, dude.
Killing it.
Dang, that's impressive, dude.
That's very good.
That's really impressive.
I've
Good
never
job.
seen anybody. I think I was ranked like 30th one time last year.
That
like
is
overall.
freaking stout. How's Jaden doing? He's claimed he's doing good.
He's in 5th.
Oh, yeah, he is doing pretty good.
99 percentile.
He's pretty good, yeah.
Man, it sounds like the Juice podcast group is some serious fantasy players.
Wow, good for you being 12th overall in the freaking world. That's pretty dang impressive, honestly.
That's real impressive.
That's really impressive. Good for you, man. I hope you keep it up.
No, we appreciate everybody participating in that. But back to media day, it was a little weird because we had to like put in for these requests on like 6 anglers that we want to interview. And obviously we picked Christy. We didn't get him because everybody wanted him. But then like I thought everybody was going to kind of follow the time slot, so we were supposed to be there.
Well, we got out late.
That went out the window. Not because of us.
We got out a little late from the meeting, and that's what screwed all the times up. So it's pretty much like it didn't matter. It's like a free-for-all. That's why we didn't get Hamner. Wish we would have. Doesn't matter. He won the Bassmaster Classic. Congrats to him. Me and Shane have been talking about that guy for probably 2 months.
Yeah.
And we knew something was coming from him. We didn't know it was going to be the Classic. But.
Well, you could see the momentum building and building and building. And
he did it on a jerkbait like we knew he'd probably – like if you told me he won a tournament before he won a tournament, I'd be like, yeah, probably on a jerkbait.
Yep.
So.
Yep. No, it was a great event. Tulsa rolled out the red carpet for everybody. Bassmaster puts on, I don't care what anybody says. Now, I haven't been to a Red Crest, so I can't say, but we did talk to people that were there.
Oh, yeah, we talked to people that like had boots at Red Crest and then had boots at the Classic. And
yeah.
Like, it's night and day.
Bassmaster puts on the best show in fishing. The Classic is the deal.
You know, like I think everybody knows, but, you know, you've got, as far as like, for these companies, you know, you've actually set up a booth at the Classic before with Tack Lighting.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. Like you've got ICAST and the Classic, and I almost would venture to say the Classic is bigger. Like
ICAST is massive, but but it's bigger because there's fly fishing, saltwater, it's everything.
I got you.
But as far as freshwater fishing show, you're probably right. Bassmaster Classic is probably the biggest.
It's freaking amazing, dude. It really is.
Expo was awesome. It's massive. That convention center is kind of like separated into like segments. So we were bouncing around from hall to hall, trying to pick up sneaky baits and stuff, and just check out all the new stuff that got launched. And we were really trying to get back. You know, we had to get back this weekend. We couldn't stay for the whole deal, but
yeah, I don't know that you'd want to. Well, it's a lot. It's a lot. If you don't like being around a lot of people, you know, it's not really the best thing.
It's overstimulating a little bit.
It is.
If you've never been, you should definitely go.
You got to go. Yeah,
it's a good show. I'm a little bummed we missed some of the weigh-in because the weigh-in is kind of cool to get hyped up, but I'm not gonna lie, walking around media day and looking at those boats sitting there, and I'm like, I want my boat in this parking lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to fish it even more now.
Yeah, you do, and we got a shot. You know, we're gonna go fish on Grand we'll be back there in November, and we'll have a shot at doing so. If we finish in the top 3, we'll be
top 3
in Fort Worth. So that'd be really cool.
But you know who else is gonna be there?
Yeah, the guy we're having on the show today.
Who happened to get second in the Classic.
Yep. Adam, is it Rasmussen?
I think it's Rasmussen.
Adam Rasmussen. So we actually got to meet Adam, did you actually meet him in the Opens last year or not?
Yeah. I think we crossed paths a couple times in the Opens, said hello. We had mutual friends, Chancey and some
where
guys.
did he win to get to the Classic that he just got second in?
He won on Wheeler.
So he won on Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a good tournament there.
Yeah.
And then the Bassmaster National Qualifier that we just went to on Lake Eufaula earlier this year to get to the Bassmaster National Championship, he won that joker too.
He won. So he qualified for the National Championship
back on Grand,
where he got second recently.
And he kind of told us at Eufaula they had been there to pre-practice for that Classic in November and kind of smashed on him. So
yeah, he said it was nutty.
So yeah, here we go.
Don't be surprised to see his name in the mix again.
He might be going back to the Classic. We don't know, but he's you know, I don't know him real well personally. We're gonna get to know him a little bit more today. I do know that he's mentioned a couple of times that he's only been bass fishing for a few years, so that'll be really interesting to hear his take on that.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, no, he's kind of just like
Before we get him on the phone, I think there's a few other things that we got. So we talked about the Classic. Weaver Brothers, once again. We need to talk about them.
Of course.
Yeah, like
our whole trip was sponsored by them.
Yeah, whole trip.
And there's some footage of that. I think we released a reel, little couple stories, whatever. Some of you guys saw that. We actually had some people at the Classic come up to us and say, "Hey, man, that's a cool truck y'all are riding in." So, big thank you to them. They supported our trip and sent us up there in a cool truck. And to be honest, I like the truck so much.
Shane's looking into one right now.
I don't know. We're beyond looking, brother. That thing is getting tint put on it right now as we speak.
Oh, okay. Well, Shane's going to get a truck.
Like in 2 hours.
Oh, you're going to go get it today?
Yeah.
Oh, you're buying it today?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I'm not wasting any time.
Well, it's a nice truck. It's clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
You'll see that soon.
Yeah, I wasn't even in the market for a truck, and I was like, I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like it.
That one's nasty.
So I'll post some stuff on that. But
once again, big shout outs in. That was really cool.
Yeah, thanks to those guys, and we hope to continue working with them. We'll see where that goes, but yeah, that was fun. And then 39-pound video is the other thing. I know everybody's been waiting on that.
Yeah, man, we've so the 39.5-pound video that we got on GoPro that we've mentioned several times, and we've released a couple of shorts. That whole video will be coming out really soon. It's in the works, almost done. Like, it'll be done probably later this week, and we'll find a good time frame to post that. Actually, one of the coolest parts for me was probably when we walked in to the to media day in the boatyard, and Hackney like yelled at me and Shane. He's like, "Hey, I want to hear about that 39.5-pound bag."
Yeah,
and I yelled back. I was like, "I don't know if you're gonna like it." I don't know if you're gonna like how we caught him. He's like, I might, you don't know. Yeah. So we ended up going to talk to him about it, and he was like, man, that's really cool. That's really cool because Hackney was probably the first guy I looked up to when I got into the sport at 14, 15 years old. He was that guy for me in the beginning, and probably one of the most down to earth guys on the elites. Like, truly, like, you can, when you're talking to him, it's like
just a regular dude, man. We talked just as much about deer hunting as we did fishing.
Yeah, we really didn't. We really didn't talk all.
No, he was cool. A lot of the interviews were good. They were more just talking, and where there wasn't. You know.
Cody Huff, same thing. He was like, I want to hear about that bag. So that was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But,
and then you lost money. We both lost money.
Oh God, we're not gonna talk about it. We freaking stayed at the Hard Rock, so put two and two together. We stayed at the casino.
It was cheaper.
Yeah, well, not for me. Never gambling again.
Let's get this guy on, man. I think I don't think we're done hearing this name. So get used to this guy being on the scene.
Hey, bud.
Hey, man, what's going on? You got me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Well,
how are you guys doing?
We're good, man. We're good. What you got going on?
Not as good as you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I spent the last day just trying to get caught up on messages from people, and we're over here on Table Rock Lake, and hopefully I can get a little fishing in this week.
There you go. What's on Table Rock?
Nothing. It's just my kids are on spring break, so we were going to take a vacation, and I figured why not go to Branson?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good area.
Heck yeah.
It's a good area to do it.
Yep.
So has it all kind of like sunk in yet, or does it still feel a little surreal, kind of like a whirlwind?
Honestly, I don't know yet, like, what to think. I'm still a little PO'd about, I broke a big one off. That would have been my chance to win it. So, I mean, I'm happy. Like, I took second in my very first Bassmaster Classic. I got to be a part of the Super Six. Like, the whole thing was just a crazy experience. So,
yeah, was it kind of everything you had hoped for? Or I mean, I know you never know going into your first one, I guess, but like, is it what you expected, or did it kind of exceed your expectation on how Bass kind of handles it?
No, man, it was way more than I thought it was going to be. It was unreal. Like, I've never even attended a Classic. until this year. So I had no idea. I always said I'm not going to go unless I'm fishing in it. So this is my first time, obviously I was there fishing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, for people out there that have not been to a Bassmaster Classic, man, you have to go. It is a week-long party. There are so many things going on. I didn't even get to see the expo, obviously. Like, that's a whole nother part of it that's an awesome deal. What Bass puts on, it's unreal. Blew my mind.
Yeah, I forgot that you had said that. I'd heard you say that before in an interview, that you weren't going unless you were fishing. I like that. So that had to have been like, holy crap, this is insane.
Yeah, this is nutty.
Yeah, man, the first morning at takeoff, I was doing some interviews, whatever, and they had already opened the gate and let everybody into the launch ramp area. And I turned around and it's like, oh my God, like, look at all these people. It's 50 degrees, raining out, dark, like, and the amount of fans that came to watch all of us take off was unreal.
Yeah. I'm like getting chills just listening to it, and I wasn't even there. I'd be like so hyped up.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
I want to back you up though, since this was your first Classic. I mean, I kind of want a little background on you. Like, when did you start bass fishing, and when did this become a goal, a dream, whatever you want to call it, to fish a Classic or fish professionally? Because you're kind of new to the sport of bass fishing, are you not?
I consider myself fairly new to it. Like, I've been bass fishing since I was a little kid, but
sure.
Like, I did that in my fun time. I grew up as, ever since I graduated high school, I've been a fishing guide. So I cut my teeth walleye fishing, muskie fishing. If I had free time, I'd go bass fishing, just doing basic stuff. Never really got into it. And then, as I got older, I started doing more and more, like club derbies and stuff, and kind of getting my feet wet. And, what was it? 2020, I started doing, we have a circuit up by us called the Champions Tour. It's a 50 boat trail, but it's kind of like MLF format where you catch, weigh, release. So I started doing those just to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit, because we traveled around the Midwest for those tournaments. And the very next year in 2021, I set the all-time weight record at that. And just so happened that same year, let me go back to that. 2019. 2020, I set the all-time weight record. It's like 247 pounds, 10 ounces for 98 fish.
Wow.
Jeez.
And at that point, I'm like, all right, man, like, I want to do this for a living. I want to do a little less guiding, do more tournaments. So in 2021, I signed up for 2 divisions of the Bassmaster Opens. Did okay. Like, I cashed a few checks, learned a lot. 2022, I signed up for all 9. And I did all 9 in 23 as well. And I'm doing all 9 this year. So it's just been like I kind of jumped into it. I could financially afford to do it. So, I talked to my wife and I'm like, there's 2 things I haven't done that would be really cool. And one is fishing the Classic. And ultimately, I'd like to be on the Elite Series someday.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. So just to clarify, obviously you said you were guiding for walleye, muskie. So you're up north, but what area were you, what area is this, like lake-wise and stuff like that?
Growing up, like when I started all this, I lived in Stevens Point, Wausau area, central Wisconsin.
Okay.
So we had the Wisconsin River there. We had some you could go about an hour and a half north, and there are a lot of really good lakes to fish up there around the Minocqua area.
Okay.
And then I'd say it's probably been 7 or 8 years now. I got an opportunity to run a salmon charter business in Sturgeon Bay. So I went and got my captain's license. Spent 2 years living in a boat in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, doing salmon trips. And then like before and after that season, I'd run bass and walleye trips.
Nice.
And then eventually I bought that business and I moved there. So yeah, kind of jack of all trades. I still guide. I guide for everything. I guide walleyes, smallmouth bass. I don't do the musky thing anymore, but trout and salmon as well.
Okay.
And ice fishing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's out.
That's really cool, though, man. That's really cool. I mean, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, like, you may have bass fished your whole life, but as far as tournament fishing, not really that long.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of, around the country. It's only been going on for a few years. So it's crazy the amount of stuff I've learned, though, like doing the opens. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to figure it out. And I'll say one thing. The bass down south are a little bit smarter than they are up by us.
Yeah.
They get pressured, 12 months a year.
Yeah.
Our fish get fished for maybe 5 or 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a difference. We hear that a lot from northern guys, and then when we go up there, we can tell it's like, man, I want to live here.
A little bit easier. These brown ones are
right.
a little dumber.
Even the green ones up there, man.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They chew.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. So before we had you on, we kind of talked about, that, and we talked about actually getting to meet you and fish against you at Eufaula, the event you won to go back to Grand in the fall. And if I remember correctly, like when we were sitting there eating dinner that day, when we were eating our whatever the heck those things were.
Cajun place, whatever.
And I remember you saying like it was really good in the fall. So you just finished second in the Classic in the spring, and now we're going back in the fall. So like, what are we expecting here?
Oh man, obviously I want to win that one. Then I get another class. I get another Classic first and make my way into the elites. But yeah, when I was there in November, I went for a couple days in pre-practice, and I had one day I had almost 29 pounds.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ!
The lake's full of nice fish. Why we didn't see that this week at the Classic, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time you think they'd be at their heaviest, but.
Yeah, I think I noticed like throughout the week, that water dropped, a solid 2 feet.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Yeah, from the first day of practice until the tournament started, it was falling, and then it started coming back up a little bit. So I'm sure that might have had them messed up a little bit, but yeah, definitely didn't see as many. I mean, obviously there's some great fish caught, but there's a bunch of like 6 and 7 pounders that live in that lake.
Yeah, no, it's
a lot of those get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think the spring tournament would be heavy, but the falling water in the spring is never really a good thing. But, well, man, walk us through practice and kind of like how you felt after. I know it's such a weird format. I also want to hear you on that, like what you thought about the format being, practice for 3 days. And then all this media and Night of Champions and all this stuff, and then one day back. It's kind of a unique format. What do you think about all that?
Oh, I was fine with it. Like, it's actually probably better for me. If I practice too much, like right up to the tournament, that's when I seem to have terrible tournaments. Like take Eufaula, for example. I've really only had a day and a half there. Like at Wheeler last year, I had 2 days of practice. So like obviously the ones where I've had less practice have been better. This is an unusual deal because we get 3 days and then we had 2 days off the water. Got to go back on the water for a day short day, just an 8-hour tournament day, and then off the water, and then it starts. So I my plan going into it was fish brush piles. So I marked as many brush piles as I could.
Yeah.
Wednesday, our final practice day, I went out and, I had found some fish the first 3 days. I didn't go anywhere near those portions of the lake. I just kind of went out and maybe tried to figure out a backup plan. So I really didn't know when day one started. I knew things would change. I didn't know how it was going to go because, that's 5 days since I've fished the fish I want to fish in the tournament. Didn't really know how anything was going to go, and I just kept an open mind with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a little bit to get that first key bite. I think right away in the morning I caught a 2-pounder on day one off a dock, and then I went till 11 o'clock. I caught a 510 on a spinnerbait. Actually, and the one in the morning I caught on a spinnerbait off the end of a dock. So I'm like, all right, dummy, that was your clue this morning. It didn't click right away.
Yeah.
So once I caught that 510, that was off a secondary point. Then I started running as many secondary points with some brush on them as I could. And then, of course, the next day changed and the next day changed. But just keeping an open mind and letting the fish tell you what they want throughout the tournament was definitely a key to doing well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that you mentioned that because how I can't tell you how many anglers I listened to at weigh-in oh yeah, I had one with about 30 minutes left, or I had two at noon, or I had one at 1 o'clock. It seemed like it was everybody. It was dealing with that. That's what it seemed like, anyways. These guys were having to just mix it up and do different stuff each day. Run new water.
Yeah, we went from day one when I woke up, it was 56 degrees. Day two, it was 38. Day three was 50.
Total, yeah.
The weather changes, and typical spring fishing, when that sun came out towards the end of the day on day one and day two, I think that's when a lot of guys caught the fish. They pulled up, started feeding once that water warmed up a little bit.
Yeah. What day did you lose the big one? Was it on the final day?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It was right after I just caught a 4-2. And, I was just scoping around looking for some new stuff and saw there's a big blob on a stump. And threw my jig at that one, watched them go down on it and eat it. And I set the hook, had a couple head shakes, rod doubled over. I'm like, this one is an absolute giant. And don't know how big it is. Maybe it was 6, maybe it was 8, maybe it was a 4 that was just pissed off. I don't know. But I had him on for about 2 seconds, and my line went across that stump, and there's something sharp on the stump I've never broke one off like that before. So that kind of hurt. That might have been the fish that would have did it. But you can't control that stuff, so
no,
it's what it is.
No, I could understand, man. Just to be real with you, that's probably going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
No, because you don't know for sure. You can't.
But we all have those fish catches, you know what I mean, that we all just replay over.
What was the gap? I don't remember the gap.
I think it was only 3 pounds.
Yeah, it's 210.
Yeah.
210?
Yeah, because he needed
13.
Yeah.
What was your small one?
2.8.
Ew! Oh man!
So
she needed to be 5. She needed. She had to be 5. She had to be 5 1/4.
But dude, I think
that's crazy.
The takeaway from that is you gave yourself a shot. You know what I mean?
Which is just awesome, man.
That's you probably had to be thinking about that a little bit on the final day. Like I'm putting in work here. Like I'm giving myself a chance to win this thing.
Yeah,
which is all you can ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like all you can ask for is a chance in any tournament that you fish. Like going into the final day, that you have a chance and you're within striking distance.
Yeah.
And then go out and work as hard as you can and try not to screw anything up. Like that's the whole key. So.
No, you're totally right. It really is a game. Like it really is just like in a multiple day event. Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these guys, they like to, they just fish 1 day derbs and stuff like that, and they can just go roast them, do whatever. Yeah. But that multiple day event, to win a 3-4 day event, you have to fish a complete tournament. And you fish a lot of times, you fish that final day differently, or you may have something in your back pocket. Who knows, but it is a game. And obviously you've proven that you know how to play on the biggest of stages, man.
So hold your head up high for sure, because I was watching live. I was a glue dude all day, and I was pulling for you. I was like, I don't really have, I don't know Hamner at all, but I was thinking, man, you made it really interesting and fun to watch, because with that kind of lead going in the final day, it wasn't out of reach for you or some other guys, but still there's always a little bit, it's like, is live even going to be entertaining, or is he just going to go out there and wing, catch 25 pounds and run away with it, which isn't that fun to watch. So you made it interesting.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard from everybody. Everybody was like, man, this is the way it all went down. Like, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Fans were super excited.
Yeah, man.
But, it was crazy too. Like, so that day they're predicting, 25 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds and gusts to 45. Jesus. And the creek I'm fishing in is pretty big. Wind doesn't really bother me. I fish in it every day at home. Big waves and wind, but obviously we weren't going to have the big waves. It's just the wind that's a pain in the ass. But my plan before I took off was to go fish some pockets that I hadn't been in. At that point, man, it's been almost like 7 days. It was the first day of practice. I fished a couple pockets that had some fish in them, and they looked fishy, and I hadn't been there yet. So my plan was to go fish there, because I did not have day 1 and 2. I didn't have a morning bite. I didn't get bit until almost noon each day. So I was going to go do that just to do something different, because I knew if I could figure out my morning and put my afternoon together, we'd have a good tournament. And I'm driving down the lake, and like something told me, like, the wind wasn't that bad yet.
Yeah.
Something just told me, like, go to your fish and give it like 2 hours, see if you can get bit, and then go from there. And I pulled in and started catching them right away. So it's kind of funny how that all worked out.
So that's like mid-run, like you're in the middle of your run,
final day Bassmaster Classic,
pointed where you had your mind made up, and just
I turn around and go here.
Wow,
that's not like you literally turned around, like physically, like 180 degrees.
Just about. Yeah, I was aimed for one pocket, and I whipped her around and went the other way. So.
Nice.
Dude, those are some of probably and like you just said, probably the best moments in fishing, when you just have a gut call and it's right.
Yep.
Oh,
100%. That's the best part of tournament fishing.
Yeah,
that is.
Trust your gut.
Yep, it really is. And even when you're wrong, at least you can lay your head down at night knowing, that you trusted yourself. So, man, that's awesome, man. That is really cool. What a cool story, man. And I'm excited to get back over there in November against the Grand Lake Hammer himself. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
man.
Hopefully November's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to coming back. Like, now I've got quite a bit of time on that lake now, so I'm super stoked to get to that nation championship and fish that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad they're taking more than one.
Yeah.
Right?
They're taking 3 to the Classic, I heard. So.
Oh.
There we can have, right here, we got our 3 spots.
I'm in.
Let's go catch them, boys. First, second, third.
Call it right now.
Call it
Right now. Well, man, you're in the middle of another Opens season here.
Yeah, so here we are. Still, you go back to work soon, right? About a month?
Last week of April, we're at Logan Martin.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. That's in Alabama, so my history in Alabama has been pretty good.
There you go.
That's a good way to look at that. What else on the schedule you look forward to?
Obviously, all the northern ones. St. Clair, never been there, but smallmouth fishing. Looking forward to that one. La Crosse is going to be a blast. Leech Lake, I don't know how I feel about that one. I've obviously fished there a bunch, but like one-day derbies with 60 boats, not 2 days and a cut day with 225. Like that lake can't handle that pressure. So that's going to be an interesting one. Like,
let alone 4 days, 5 days of practice on that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know what it's like. Like,
it's too much.
Everybody's sore lipping them all over the lake. Like, I've watched it change, like patterns just disappear as people figure it out.
Dude,
it's like,
that's too much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we've had a couple other Opens guys on, and we talk about this. I'm curious on your stance with this. Do you remember that survey they sent us at the end of last year, asking us like all these questions, and like if you could change anything, like what would you change?
Yeah, less practice.
Yeah, way less practice, less people. We don't need 225.
Yeah,
it's too many people in the Opens. And honestly, like if we could do away with the co-anglers, I mean, we only get half of them anyway. I mean, I understand it's a great opportunity for co-anglers that really are truly interested in learning from guys like yourself, getting in the boat with somebody like you and learning. But, man, we could make some changes. What would you change?
If I could make some changes, like I would say the ASS needs to start another division. So we need to have the Opens, and that's your way to qualify to get into the EQ series. And the EQ series, set that up like a mini elite series, maybe a $2,500 entry fee.
Yeah.
3 days of practice, 0 information, and no co-anglers.
Yeah.
Just let the 150 guys go duke it out for their spots to get into the elites. And, I mean, there needs to be another part of that.
Did I not just say this on the way home from Classic?
Yeah, no, I think that's all fair.
I said the exact same thing.
I do.
Dude.
I do think that in that other division you're talking about, like, even if it is to qualify for the EQs, I think that you should give them a Classic berth to still fish for down there. I think
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't even be opposed to seeing, even if you had to add 10 more to the roster on the Classic, it's not that much, 65 guys.
Right, yeah.
I mean, just give them a chance, Yeah,
you're definitely going to have to give out some Classic spots in the Open part as well as the EQs. Like, if you win an event, you should be going to the Classic.
Do you think it'd be, like on that Opens format, do you think it'd be like, how they used to do it where you qualify for the elites in one division? You think maybe they have the same kind of deal to get to the EQs? Like, it's okay if you make the EQs to one division, or?
Yeah, I think they could go back to the division.
Yeah.
And you take X amount of guys from each division to qualify to the EQs if they choose to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
And because the EQs that's what's getting you ready to go,
be an elite,
make a living at it, fish the elites. We don't need to make everybody go through all 9 tournaments if they can't do that. But once you get to the EQ series, then you should be fishing all 9. I mean,
Yep. No, I got you. I like that a lot.
No, 100%, man. I do you hit the nail on the head. I mean, literally, if you took the words out of my mouth, I've literally been saying this for months.
Yeah, no, I like that. I was just thinking more of the structural side. That's a lot more terms for them to put on.
It's more money for them to make.
True.
Yeah.
Because they got a waiting list on the Opens all the time. And I don't agree, now that I've kind of given it a year to think about it, I don't agree with allowing divisional guys to fish against EQ guys, because your divisional guys are your local sticks, right? They're jackpotting.
Yeah, that gets rid of the jackpotters and the EQs.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, the elite guys can't come fish the EQs either.
Yeah.
They could go fish an Open and try to get their guaranteed classic berth.
I love it.
But the EQs are just the EQ guys, the guys that are trying to make the elite. Let's let them all fish alone. Because that's a huge thing. Like, I don't have a problem with co-anglers.
Yeah.
But the problem becomes when you have a co-angler with you, it changes the way you fish.
100%.
So if I fish with a co-angler, I have to slow down. I got to clean everything up before he gets to him. Basically, there's not that many fish to go around in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely wrecks me if the guy behind me starts catching them and I'm not catching them. But it's still wrecked because we don't have full fields of co-anglers.
Right.
It'd be totally different if every tournament, all 9 tournaments, you had a co-angler each day.
Yep.
But when it's all random and there's guys that seem like they never have a co-angler.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that's affecting the way they fish? It sure is.
Yep. No, you're 100% right. Yep. That's an advantage, really, not having one versus somebody who does. Yep.
Wasn't it Jamie Bruce who had like a co-angler like every time last year?
Yeah. Yeah. He had one day, I think it was Watts Bar. He had one day he didn't have a co-angler. I think it was on his birthday too.
Oh,
was he talking cranks to Bassmaster about
it? He did.
I
think he raised a little hell over it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Because then I mentioned something because like the year before that, it never seemed like I had a co-angler, and Brad Leitner's like, "Ross, you never have a co-angler. This ain't fair." Blah blah blah. And then Brucey started. Kind of started complaining about it because that's how I started out my year too. Like, and each event, I'd have one day without a co-angler, and then like all of a sudden, I just got double stacked the rest of the year with them. So
I was pretty light on the co-angler front. The only one I had co-anglers both days was St. Lawrence River, and it cost me big time.
Yeah, the worst one.
Yeah, the worst. We had 25, 26 pounds a day in my boat on the St. Lawrence, but my co-anglers caught the big ones because I was drifting backwards.
That's funny. Yeah. Dude. It's like the worst one to have.
Yeah, but no, you're right. The co-angler thing was not very. It wasn't very well distributed because then one of my roommates, Jack Tyndall, who was staying with us, he was like doubled up every tournament.
Wow.
He was like, "What in the hell is going on?"
I'm sure it is completely random though.
Hank's my boy.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. He said it's hard to say.
Maybe
like I said, I don't have anything against co-angler. It's awesome that there's guys that are, some of them are like, dude, they just want to be there to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Some of them seem like they're there just to make your life hell and cut you off as much as they possibly can.
Oh yeah.
They're there to win, son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell those ones too when they get in your boat and you kind of start looking at their setups and what they brought with them, and you're like, "Uh-oh." This dude's for real.
Yeah.
But
wow.
So you're all in on bass now. I mean, you got to be like hooked now. I mean, now you got a taste for blood, and now you really, really want it. So is the game plan for you just opens until you get to the elites?
Yeah, I'll be doing the opens until I get there. That's like people ask, they're like, well, eventually, or if you don't get there, you're just going to quit. Like, no, until until I make it, I will be trying my hardest to get there, you know, or put me in a wheelchair in a nursing home when that day comes. But I'll be fishing the Opens all the way up until then. Like, I'm not going anywhere, so
I like it.
We'll be around for a while.
I'm inspired.
Nice.
I'm inspired. Make me feel like a quitter.
It's hard. Like, you guys know it. You know, I have 4 kids at home, a wife. I spent half my year on the road driving across the same country. Like, the closest tournament I get to go to normally is 12 hours. You know, this year we'll have 3 of them that are within 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices. There's a lot of time away from home and your family. You know, do I give like these college kids credit? Like, you know, 3/4 of the people that made it last year through the Open, they have nothing but time.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have a family. They can go and just fish every day. I wish I could do that, but I'm not at that point in my life where I can.
Yeah. No,
you know,
go ahead.
That makes it harder. As a guy from up north, like, I get 9 weeks a year to learn how to catch bass down south on lakes that I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah, no, I can relate to you on that level. You know, being a little older and having kids myself, a family. We're in different phases of life. Nothing against those kids that are, you know, they're doing what they need to, what they should be doing, taking advantage of their situation and putting in more time. And that's
absolutely.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, I've said on the show multiple times, I don't think that trend is going anywhere with your qualifiers. I think you're going to see a lot of young. I think the elites in the next several years will see a lot of young faces, man. And when I say young, I don't mean, you know, I don't mean Trey McKinney's, but I mean there's going to be several guys under
fresh out of college,
under low 30. I mean, you're still a young man.
Shit.
I mean, you're still a young man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll see a lot of guys that'll be like,
appreciate it,
you know, mid-20s to low 30s.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But, you know, like anything in life, if you want it bad enough, you will figure out a way to get there or a way 100%. To do it.
Yep.
That's the way I look at it. You know, a lot of people are like, man, how do you do that? Like, no, when I get home, I go bust my balls and run as many guide trips as I can and scrounge up as much money as I can. Working with sponsors and stuff. Like, if you want it, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's the right attitude to have, man. Like I said, I feel a little inspired. I'm telling you, you make me feel like a quitter.
You are a quitter.
Dude, I need it.
Quitter. Nobody likes a quitter.
Yeah. I want to come back,
man. Don't feel too bad for him.
You'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming back. I just gotta, like you said, dude. That's honestly, I took a year off to do the sponsor thing. That's something that I needed to focus on. And
the money side is obviously a headache. Like,
yeah, the financial burden is ridiculous in our sport. Like, we're idiots for what we chase, but we love what we love.
Yeah. Yep. And that's. I mean, you know, that's definitely a huge burden. And obviously, like, you know, like Adam talks about the time away from family and stuff like that. You know, that's a big deal, you know? So when you start adding all that up, I don't blame guys for not wanting any part of it. But don't blame the guys that do want it. Yeah. You know, that should give you more respect for those guys.
Yeah. No, I got a ton of respect for Raz out here. He's like, no, you ain't getting rid of me. I'm going. I'm going.
That's awesome, man. Well, you got anything else for him?
Man, nothing. I just wanted to talk to the man. I just want to see what it felt like to do that good in the Classic. I was jealous, man. We were at media day. I was so I was like almost grinding my teeth. I was like, I just want to be here fishing. I want to be here.
Yep.
Filming.
It is. It's pretty damn awesome. That's Those are the words I would have used to describe it.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, heck yeah, dude. Hats off to you again for such a way to represent the EQ guys and just, go ahead and put your name on that. Like, yeah, you're lucky. Almost won that sucker. Y'all dodged a bullet.
If we'd have won another day, it'd have been real interesting.
Oh, here's a good one for you. So, obviously, I didn't eat anything all day the final day. Got done. I mean, you're beat by the end of the week. And so we had to go down to the Champions Toast, and then we ended up in the bar. And I don't know how many whiskeys later I went to bed, but I don't think I went to bed till like 2 o'clock when they kicked us out.
Nice.
My wife's in the room with me, and 4 o'clock, like no alarm or anything, like 4 o'clock, I woke up. That's what time I've been getting up every morning. I woke up and started getting dressed, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I got to get to takeoff. Like, I'm going to be late. Quit bothering me." She's like, "The tournament's done." I'm like, "No, we got one more day." She's like, "No, it's done." I'm like, I don't remember any of it, like sleepwalking or whatever, but like I was getting dressed and talking about going to the ramp to fish.
Dude, he wasn't done.
Kind of comical. So it's like, I wanted one more day.
Yeah, heck yeah.
He wasn't done. He's like, "I'm not done. Who wants to put in a little side pot action? Let's get back out there."
That's typically, it depends. Like, I think it depends on how you get second. I know Shane got a close second in an open. I've got a close second in the Yoda here at home not long ago, and you definitely are like, "Yeah, I want another day." Like,
yeah.
But then I got beat by 14 pounds this year when I got second in the Toyota. I'm like, "Nah, we're good. We can end it here." Like, I'll take second place on this one.
I'm done. I'm tired of getting my butt whipped.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that's really cool. That's really cool, man.
Man, it's clear you're a true competitor. I said before we called you, I said we're gonna be hearing a lot of your name. I think in the future, probably the near future too. So,
hope so. That's the plan.
For all those out there, just to clarify the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, how do you say your last name for sure?
Because I've heard it several ways.
Rasmussen.
Okay.
Yep.
Rasmussen.
I say Rasmussen. Yep. Rasmussen.
I'm
gonna call you Razzie.
I've heard.
I'm just calling him Razzie.
Raz.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, I've heard so many different ways that it's been pronounced, but whatever.
Well, I don't remember who. I was listening to something about you, and they said Rasmussen. I was like, I don't think that's right, but dang, have I been pronouncing it wrong the whole time?
Yeah.
Adam Raz.
I still think Hank might even say it, Rasmussen.
Yeah.
I don't let it bother me. Everybody gets the point. They know.
They know who you are.
Yeah, imagine being Kayoya Fajita.
Yeah. We don't have anything crazy like that going on.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time, man. And me and Shane will be seeing you this November, so we'll be seeing each other again.
Heck yeah, boys. We'll see you in the fall, and hopefully everything you're doing this summer goes well.
I appreciate it, man. Good luck to you in the rest of the Opens. We'll be rooting for you there as well. So congrats again, and thanks for your time.
Sounds good. Thanks, boys.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye.
Raz. I like Raz.
Adam Raz.
He's dedicated. He's going to be on the elites, it sounds like.
Dude, I got the chills again, man. I feel inspired. He's like, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting.
Yeah, it's just situational, I think,
Oh, it's very situational. No, I couldn't have.
But good for him. He's got 4 kids and a wife, and he's
obviously
sacrificing.
Support him.
Yeah, he's sacrificing. So, I mean, that's what it's all about, man. If you want to make it in this sport, you're going to have to sacrifice.
Pay attention to that guy.
Yeah,
he may not be as young as some of these other, he may not be a Trey McKinney young.
Yeah, I don't think he's that old, though. I didn't ask him.
But he's my age.
Yeah, you're not that old, dude.
I'm about to be 38.
That's not that old.
Oh, tell me that when you're 38.
I mean, you might want to go start getting your prostate checked or whatever.
Oh, God. I think that's 50, dude. Back up, Terry.
I don't know. I think you need to go get it done.
Stay away from. What are you? Better not touch me. Man,
you ever seen the memes where they're getting a prostate check, but the doctor's both hands are on each shoulder? What the heck, dude?
What are you?
It's
You're
true.
that was a good show.
Have
Yes,
you seen those memes?
Yes,
though?
I've seen them, but we had a good, nice, clean show.
Hey, that is clean.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
man.
Raz is the deal. Like he's obviously a talented fisherman, and sucks that he had that one come off. But that's
the momentum he's going to carry from this is going to be massive, massive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the confidence and the momentum. I mean, there is definitely momentum in our sport, and when things start going your way, like Hamner, we talked about Hamner. Like, dude, he's got momentum. Things are clicking. Things are happening.
Yeah, and the thing about Hamner, I watched him every day weigh him, and the confidence never wavered.
No.
Like, day one, he dropped a bag, and it wasn't like, oh, yeah, I got lucky. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. It was like, no. That's what he said. He said, we finna go catch him tomorrow. Yeah. And then he did, and then after day two, he's like, I'm just having fun. We're finna go. Yeah. We're finna go win this.
They were like, are you nervous? Nope.
Finna go win it.
Yeah.
And he did.
So. It was an awesome classic to watch. It was cool to be there. It was cool to meet some new people and hang out kind of behind the scenes on the media front. Who was the coolest person that you saw or met? I'm gonna go first.
At the classic,
I was too scared to talk to him because I'm a fan and I don't normally get nervous.
Ours are probably gonna be different, but go ahead.
Travis Pastrana.
Oh, I wasn't around him enough to even. I don't think I was around close enough to him to even say anything.
No, he was there at media day. So that media day, that meeting he's talking about was more of like a presentation. They had a celebrity pro-am.
Yep.
Some of the guys that didn't make the classic did a little celebrity pro-am, and he was one of the celebrities. And he was there, and I can't remember who else was there. Some social media influencers.
Randy Moss was there.
Randy Moss. But I met him at
Brian Robinson
deal. Brian Robinson. But no, I saw him. I was like, Nitro Circus.
He's the man.
Dude. Super cool.
He's the man.
Who was yours?
I don't know, man. There wasn't really just anybody there that was just like, the 15-year-old me would have been overwhelmed talking to Hackney.
Oh, yeah.
But me now competing against most of the guys that were sitting in that parking lot at least once in my life.
Sure.
It really wasn't anything special. So,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Who would I wish I'd have talked to?
I know who it is for you.
Who?
Ty Gentry.
Ty Gentry, dude. This dude is we got a video of him.
I was putting together a reel, and I wasn't sure if I should post it.
Yes. Post the reel from Ty.
Okay.
This one is just mint.
Okay.
Ty Gentry, not really sure what all he does, but I do know he does some stuff for Bahio.
Land surveyor.
Huh?
He's a land surveyor.
Land surveyor. Dude's like 6'6".
6'8".
6'8"?
He's 6'8".
Dude, 6'8" from Arkansas.
Ty Gentry.
Country as country gets.
If that ain't a country name.
Hilarious. I like Ty Gentry, yeah.
He said he's been known to cougar hunt from time to time.
Yeah, Ty, we got you on video. You're coming out on.
Oh, dude, I was messing with that footage yesterday.
He DM'd me yesterday and asked me about a tournament that I'm not.
Yeah. That was Wyatt's favorite.
Yeah.
Encounter.
Yep, I'd have to agree. But anyways, guys, we have got.
Hold on, we got to do this cup in that hat.
Yeah.
So we did a giveaway in conjunction with Weaver Brothers for our thing.
We're giving away an oil change and a tumbler and a hat.
Yeah. So I was at Weaver's yesterday doing a little truck shopping, and we needed to do the drawing. And the only reason we didn't post it is I'm sure some of you guys that participated in it, hackers, the dang scammers, not hackers, scammers.
Yeah, scammers. Like they were commenting.
They were making fake juice accounts and commenting saying,
and messaging people.
Give us your social and credit card number. We will never ask for any of that information.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't give anybody your social security. I'm sure a lot of you know not to do that, but
I apologize if it got somebody. But anyway, so Weavers, they drew a number out of the number of entries we had, and it was Mr. Tim Cooper.
Tim Cooper.
I've already contacted him privately.
Does he know he won?
He knows he won.
Is he pumped up?
This is the hat he chose. This is his tumbler.
He's pumped.
Take it to Weaver. He's excited, and I'm sure Weavers is also excited because guess what kind of vehicle he's got? If you
Ram.
No, but it takes a lot of oil. Takes a lot of oil.
Takes a lot of oil.
You got a 3500.
Oh,
yeah. That made me laugh. Thank you, Weaver Brothers, for donating the oil change. Sorry that it was basically the one that took the most quarts of oil.
That's awesome. Get him, son. Get him, Tim.
Piece of oil. Get him, Tim.
Hit him.
Yeah, but no, he was happy to do it. Neil over there at Weavers are happy to do it. They'll be looking for that. So I'm going to bring this over there and do a little photo op, and then I'll mail it out to Tim. So thank you to those who participated.
Yep.
Thanks again to Weavers. Thanks again to anybody.
Everyone, thanks again to everybody that's continues to subscribe and watch our videos. I mean, we can't thank y'all enough, man, and we're just going to keep on doing this and hope it continues to grow, and we're really just having fun with it and not taking it too serious, not taking ourselves too serious, and I think that's why people enjoy the podcast. Yeah. So
we enjoy doing the podcast. That's probably my favorite part of this, talking to guys like that.
Oh, that's the only reason we do it.
But we're doing some other content. We got some videos. Walking around the GoPro in public is weird still.
It is. People give you weird looks. Actually, we were riding scooters at one point with them.
We did. We rented one of those scooters that you rent.
Yeah. Make sure you drop back off in a parking destination or it will continue to charge you.
The only reason I thought that I rode them is because I thought I could just drive it to the truck.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I didn't know you had to park.
They are fun as heck to drive, though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Electric scooters.
And anybody can pretty much do it.
Around the BOK Center.
Before we go, though, me and Shane got the Brandon Belt Fishing Tournament coming up on Cedar Creek. That is our next tournament, for those of you who care to know. And we are going to go over there. We are sitting in third right now for a brand new Bass Cat valued at over $90,000.
I didn't want you to bring that up.
It's too late now, brother. You better launch that sucker at Cedar Creek if you want some of that. So, you got a week. Hey, man, let's go freaking win this boat, dude.
I want to go win a belt. I want that gold belt.
Yeah, that's fine.
Those belts over my shoulder.
Belt and all that's cool. A boat.
I want to win the
$90,000. I want to win that boat. Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna try to get after that. We still got a lot of fish left to see who wins that thing. So,
yeah,
we're excited about it.
3 belts in a national championships. Really, it's all on our radar right now.
We got more stuff too.
Yeah, we'll jump around.
But anyways, guys, we appreciate you listening, and we'll be back soon with somebody else, some other.
We got
self-proclaimed.
What?
Pro.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, we'll be back with some self-proclaimed professional.
Who?
I don't know. At some point.
Well, I mean, the 2 guys I was about to name are not self-proclaimed. They are.
Who?
I mean, we got Trey McKinney on the list. We got Kevin Van Dam on the list.
I don't know if we're ever going to get KVD.
I'll text him right now.
Anyways, guys.
No, we're going to stay on until
No. We don't know when he's going to text back. We're going to text. Whatever. He's going to text KVD.
He's scared. No, he said he would do it before Red Crest, and then we just said let's hold off till after the Classic.
Yeah, that was probably a good move.
But anyway, thanks again for watching.
Till next time, guys.